So good day everyone. Today, we will discuss the importance of basic occupational safety and health in school environment, specifically in Rosario Institute. Safety and health are essentials in creating a secure and productive place for students, teachers, and staff. In school, OSH is important because it promotes awareness, disciplines, and preparedness during emergencies. Through this reporting, we aim to share knowledge about the basic concept of occupational safety and health, its importance, and how we can apply these practices in our daily activities at school.
For the demographics, Rosario Institute has three buildings: the Maxima, the JGT, and the Montana Hall. So each one of these consists of many rooms, making the total population of the whole school or the Rosario Institute lengthened for approximately 8,000, including the employees and the students enrolled. So for the daily in-goer and outgoer, for now, it's just the employees because there's no classes. But next week, they expect that they will receive at least a total of 7,500 plus students, including elementary to senior high school. So for the numbers of employees, they have 120 plus employees, including the maintenance and the principal below. So for the age group and the limit, they didn't say because it's maybe private part but they say approximately that the male students and the male employees, which is significantly larger than the female ones from elementary to senior high school, and also the employees, na talamak na mas marami daw ang lalaki kaysa sa mga babae.
We will discuss the importance of housekeeping and occupational safety and health, particularly the 5S philosophy that helps maintain cleanliness, order, safety in the workplace and even in schools. The first is serial sort. This means separating necessary items from unnecessary ones and removing things that are not needed. Through sorting, the area becomes cleaner, safer, and more organized. Second is Seiton or set in order. This means arranging all needed items properly so they are easy to find and use. Proper arrangements helps save time and prevents accidents caused by clutter or misplaced objects. Third is Seiso or shine. Keeping the workplace clean at all times, cleaning the area regularly helps maintain safety and prevents hazards such as dust, spills, or damaged equipment. The fourth is Seiketsu or standardize. This means creating consistent practices and rules to maintain cleanliness and organization. And standardizing procedures ensures that everyone follows the same safety and housekeeping practices. Lastly, we have Shitsuke or sustain. This focuses on developing discipline and maintaining the habits formed through the first four steps. Sustaining these practices helps create a culture of safety and responsibility. As stated by the safety officer, we practice all of them. That is precisely why it is a system or a philosophy. Every component must be followed as much as possible. We implement everything comprehensively. This statement emphasizes that effective housekeeping is not just about cleanliness, about consistently applying all the principles of the 5S system to ensure a safe, organized, and healthy environment for everyone. Housekeeping is an important part of occupational safety and health because it helps maintain cleanliness, organization, and safety in the school environment. It establishes designated storage areas for school supplies, and equipment, ensures regular monthly cleanings, and promotes a productive reuse of materials. Through proper housekeeping, unnecessary clutter is minimized, making the workplace more organized and efficient. In addition, good housekeeping practices helps prevent accidents and hazards by keeping pathways clear of misplaced chairs or equipment ensuring critical safety tools like fire extinguisher are regularly inspected, and investing in high-quality equipments that prevents operational downtime. The school can provide a safer and more productive environment for students, teachers, and staff. Overall, the housekeeping is not only about cleanliness, but also about maintaining order, safety, and efficiency in everyday school operation.
Good day, everyone. And for the discuss of material handling and its importance in workplace safety. Material handling refers to the proper movement and transportation, storage, and use of materials and equipment inside the workplace. Proper materials handling helps prevent accident, injuries, and damage to tools, equipment, and property. According to this to the presentation, all maintenance personnel undergo proper training before operating equipment. This training helps workers gain the necessary skills and knowledge to use tools and machines safely and correctly. Only authorized and trained personnel are allowed to operate or repair equipment. This rule is very important because operating machine without proper knowledge and training may lead to accident, injuries, or damage of property. One example mentioned is the presentation is the use of power hose- hoses for cleaning air conditioner units. These tools are only operated by trained staff because they already know the correct procedure or and safety precaution need during operation. The safety officer also explained that the establishment does not use heavy industry equipment such as forklift or conveyors. Instead, they use wheelbarrow for material handling because is safer and more sustainable for their workplace environment. Another important point discussion is that only workers who know how to proper operate equipment are allowed to use them. This help avoid misuse of machine, workplace accident, and unnecessary damage to equipment. Materials handling is not only about moving materials from one place to another. It's also involved proper planning, organization, and safe working practice. Worker must always be careful and responsible when handling tools and equipment to avoid injuries and ensure workplace safety. And material handling important is prevent accident and workplace injury. It's protect worker and equipment from damage, ensure that tasks are complete safely and properly.
Let's move on to material storage. Dito naman pinapakita kung paano natin organize at pinapanatiling ligtas ating mga kalamitan. First, let's look at the statement from our safety officer. Sabi rito, our storage facility is not exceptionally large, but it provides sufficient space to properly organize our equipment and supplies. To minimize waste, we strictly avoid overstocking items as excess stock that expires results in financial losses and wasted utility. Simple explanation dito, ang ibig sabihin lamang po ay kahit hindi kalakihan ng storage po ng school, ng Rosario Institute, sapat ang space para maayos ang mga gamit. Ang pinaka-point out dito ay iwasan ng overstocking kasi nga pag overstocking ganun, may mga gamit na hindi nagagamit kaya nagre-resulta ito sa pagkasayang ng pera at utility ng school. Now sa second part naman ng slide, the school ensures strict compliance by having at least 2 clearly marked fire exits per building. Additionally, for safety and security, all critical chemicals are stored strictly in secure locations that are completely out of reach of children. Simple lamang po dito, yung para naman sa safety ng mga lahat, strictly compliant ang school dahil may at least 2 exit bawat building para sa emergency. Dagdag pa rito yung mga chemical, syempre nilalagay sa mga bata since may mga ang Rosario Institute ay nag-offer ng elementary hanggang senior high. Kaya sinisigurado ng school yung safety ng bawat isa, hindi lang ng mga empleyado, kundi ng bawat estudyante.
So our next topic is how fire safety is being observed in Rosario Institute. Evacuation signs are placed in every classroom to clearly guide students, teachers, and staff toward the proper evacuation area during emergencies. These signs help people evacuate quickly, safely, and in an organized manner during fire incidents or other emergencies. Fire extinguishers are installed in hallways on every floor and include clear instruction for proper use. The school maintains two types of fire extinguishers. Red extinguishers, which are commonly ABC dry chemical and are used for different kinds of fires. And green extinguisher, which are usually clean agent or halotron and are safer for electrical equipment and sensitive areas. In addition, every floor of each building has a manual fire alarm bell. When activated, it immediately alerts everyone about an unusual event or possible fire emergency on a specific floor. This allows students, teachers, and staff to respond quickly and follow proper safety and evacuation procedures. The safety officer stated that teachers and maintenance staff undergo regular fire drill training to ensure they know how to properly respond during emergencies. This training helps improve preparedness, coordination, and the proper use of fire safety equipment. The school also strengthens electrical safety by using independent power breakers and submeters in each building to monitor electrical loads and prevent possible electrical hazards. In addition, the school conducts fire drills at least twice a year to prepare everyone for emergency situation. Separate and specialized drills are organized for students, while faculty and staff receive dedicated training sessions. This activity helps ensures that all members of the school community understand proper evacuation procedures and safety protocols during fire emergencies.
Now, let's talk about electrical safety. Ito yung mga measures natin para maiwasan ang mga aksidente sa kuryente. Siyempre, electrical. Dito sabi sa slide, to prevent electrical hazards, statistic electricity, night flashes, accidents, overstood, utilize isolated power grids where each building has its own independent power breaker and electrical supply. We also use submeters to closely monitor electrical consumption and ensure the load stays safely within the designated limits. Only our trained maintenance personnel are authorized to handle electrical configurations, and both staff and student are consistently trained to our biannual safety drills to recognize hazards and report them immediately. So, simple lamang dito. Para sa mas madali nating maintindihan, may tatlo tayong mga mahalagang points dito. Una, yung isolated yung mga power grids. Ibig sabihin, may sariling hiwalay na breaker ang bawat building para magka-problema ang isa, hindi madadamay ang iba. May mga submeter din para ma-monitor ang kuryente at maiwasan ang overload. Siyempre, pag nagka-overload, possible yung magkasunog, ganun. Siyempre. Pangalawa, restricted yung paghawak sa kuryente, gaya ng makikita nyo sa picture. Bawal makialaman kahit sino. Only maintenance personnel lang po ang pwedeng humawak ng electrical configuration para iwas disgrasya. Siyempre, dito naman, common sense naman na yung mga authorized personnel, yung mga pwedeng humawak, mag-ayos, or yun. So lastly, may safety drills din na ginagawa yung school 2 beses sa isang taon by annual. Yung mga employee, tine-train ang mga staff and student para alam ng lahat kung paano mag-spot ng electrical hazards at mag-report agad. So dito, syempre, hindi lang basta-basta training ang ginagawa. So pwedeng may hands-on training sila, ganun, para in case of emergency, in case na may hazard ng electrical hazard, syempre alam ng mga employee, student kung ano yung gagawin nila.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss about occupational health and why it is very important in every workplace and school environment. Occupational health is all about protecting the health, safety, and well-being of workers and employees while they are doing their job. Its main goal is to prevent illness, accident, and other health-related problems inside the workplace. As a state in the presentation, maintaining health and safety protocols is essential in preventing sickness and accident. A safe and healthy environment help employees work comfortably and efficiently when every follows the rule and safety guidelines. The workplace become more organized, disciplined, and protected from possible hazard. One almost important practice mentioned is advising employees not to report to work when they are feeling sick. This is very important because viruses and illness can easily spread from one person to another. By staying at home or resting work help protect their coworkers and prevent spread disease inside the workplace. And the presentation is also highlight the strict implementation of health guidelines, especially for individuals showing symptoms of illness. Following these protocols help reduce health and risk and keeps everyone safe. And for another important point discussion is the prohibit of dangerous activities such as vaping inside the campus or workplace. Vaping and smoking can seriously affect a person's health and may also harm the people around them. Because of this disease, these activities are strictly prohibited to maintain a clean, healthy, and safe environment. And one is occupational health is also include practicing safety during daily activities. Everyone is reminded to avoid using mobile phone while walking or driving because distraction can cause accident and injuries. Even simple reminders like this are very important because safety starts with proper discipline and awareness. It's time of emergencies or health concern trained professionals such doctor, nurse, and dentist and first aid personnel are always ready to provide immediate assistance. Their presence is important because they can respond quickly, help prevent situation from become serious. And for importance of occupational health is example is improve productivity and work performance and it's reduce stress, health and risk and it's help prevent illness and accident.
So for the observation and solution, kadalasan nilang binabanggit sa habang ni-interview namin sila na okay naman yung pamamalakad nila, yung employees, yung maintenance, at mga ready sila sa ano mang mangyari. Talagang ang problema nila yung mga students na matitigas ang ulo at tayo makinig. So ang habang sinasabi nila yung problema na yun, may naisip kaming onting solusyon at naisip din nila na what if mas lalo lang pagtingin yung pagpapatupad ng mga policies, mga rules nila, and also pagtingin yung pagbibigay ng reminders. At sinabi din nila na magkakaroon lagi sila ng orientation para sa pagsunod ng rules. Kung saan yung mga bata ay hindi sila malilito at alam nila yung mga rules, tapos alam na rin nila yung mga kaukulang parusa kung nilabag nila ito. So isa pa rito, lagi rin nilang sinasabi na yung kalat at dumi sa kapaligid. Hindi man sila nagtataka dahil lagi nang papahalanan yung mga employees. Ang alam nila na, yun nga, yung mga batang matitigas ang ulo, hindi alam ang pagtatapon sa tamang basurahan. Kahit may mga sign na, hindi pa rin ito sinusunod. Kaya, ang nasolusyon namin, dahil sinabi nila na may mga CCTV sila, mas lalo rin nilang pagbibigay pansin yung mga di pagtatapon sa tamang basurahan. Isa pa dito na pagbibigyan rin nila ng sapat na parusa at pagpapaalala mga estudyante, mga empleyado upang mas lalong mapaigting ang kalinisan at kaayusan ng paaralan. So bilang magtatapos, salamat sa panonood sa aming dokumentaryo. Ako si Romel Lambayan, kasama ang aking mga grupo. Salamat, pinapasalamatan po namin ng Research Institute sa pagbibigay ng permission para kami ay mag-film, mag-interview sa loob ng paaralan. Kay ma'am sa aming Bosch advisors, thank you po. And sa aking mga groupmates, thank you. Kaya natin ito. Paalam, thank you po.